The mystery of the Black River. On the banks of the Black River lay the village of Krishnapur, a place that had harbored a terrifying secret for centuries. The ancient temple now stood in ruins, its lamps no longer lit, and beneath it lay a hall swallowed in darkness. When moonlight filtered through the tree branches and touched the river's surface, shivering ripples would begin to dance on the black water. The river was so still it seemed as if some skeletal figure hidden beneath might rise in the silence of the night. Rahul had returned to his ancestral village of Krishnapur after years of city life. He inherited the old family home on the edge of the village. But as soon as he arrived, he began to experience strange dreams and terrifying screams echoed in his ears at night. His grandmother had once told him stories of the spirits in the river, and now those stories felt frighteningly real. She often warned, "Never anger the Black River, my child. You never know what soul is diving within it." Now, every night, Rahul could hear her warnings again. Amidst a strange blend of howling shadows and distant misty laughter, the village elder Ramlal said in a trembling voice, "In the stillness of night, you can hear the echo of idols moving deep inside the river." This deepened Rahul's curiosity. He began searching old village records and his ancestors' dusty journals. He discovered that long ago, the villagers worshipped the river. But one day, all rituals abruptly ceased. Rahul's childhood friend, Tara, now a schoolteacher in the village, understood his anxiety and decided to help him. Together, they ventured toward the river on a foggy night. A thick blanket of mist cloaked everything. The wind rustled through the trees as if invisible hands brushed the pale leaves. The moonlight made the dark shapes on the river's surface look even more ominous. Suddenly, the river began to hum a soft tune. Tara whispered, "Is that the wind? Or a voice?" The surface of the water stirred, and a ghostly figure slowly emerged. Tara stepped back. Rahul shouted, but it was too late. A woman's shadow rose from the ripples, human-like, but her eyes were like dry wood, and blood dripped slowly from her lips. Amidst the soft of the waves, the incomplete woman's thunderous voice stunned Rahul, Tara, and even the distant villagers. "You called me." Tara staggered back in fear, but Rahul stood firm. His heart pounding, he asked, "Who are you? Why did we call you?" The woman laughed eerily. "I am the river's courtesan queen, the dark love of night. Some sin was forgotten. Fate will question it every night." Her voice faded with the next wave. Suddenly the atmosphere changed. Winds blew fiercely. Trees rustled violently, as if an invisible power had awakened. The river's waters turned blood-red and began roaring in fury. Tara gripped Rahul's hand tightly. Around them an eerie silence fell. Stillness like never before. Just then, the village priest Dattatreya began chanting in a low voice. "Tonight is the night of sacrifice." Villagers began to gather around him. Dattatreya said, "The ancient symbol bound within the river has awakened. Our ancestors once sealed it at the goddess's feet. Now we must repeat the old ritual." The villagers began chanting in an ancient tongue, from books layered in dust. Darkness deepened like the sea. The priest lined up the villagers at the riverbank. Then, with a thunderous roar, the river rose violently, boiling and surging. From the waves, a ghastly old woman emerged. Red eyes. Wrinkled face. Her arms twisted like elephant trunks. Everyone trembled in terror. The distorted spirit growled. "Who are you, those who forgot to worship the river? You failed the old customs. Now pay the price," Rahul gasped, but the priest urged him on. He mixed tulsi, holy basil, and turmeric into sacred water, and shouted, "Be ready. This is our chance to bind the spirit." Rahul folded his hands and pleaded, "Goddess of the Black River, we only seek the truth. Why are you so angry?" The spirit's gaze turned sideways. Her faint voice called out Tara's name. "Tara, take me away from here." Tara turned pale. Her grandmother's name had also been Tara. She screamed in terror. But just then the priest blew the conch. The ancient power's sound spread through the air. The river's waves began a wild dance, and the ghostly form split in two. Her shadow shattered on the rocks. She raised one spiky arm. But the priest's chants cut through the madness. At last, the spirit vowed her departure. "I will return." And like the final wave, she slowly vanished. As midnight passed, new moonlight bathed the land, and the river returned to calm. The exhausted villagers returned to their homes, tears in their dust-covered eyes. With the first ray of dawn, Rahul and Tara stood by the river, like warriors who had won a battle. Rahul looked at the river's surface and smiled with relief. But then, faintly in the distance, his grandmother's soft laughter echoed, carrying a deep question. Can a river's curse ever truly be broken?